Hello, my name is Hemingway Jones. Welcome to the channel. Anytime you mention the modern iteration of Omas Fountain Pens, it brings up a lot of strong emotions in people. People are passionate about their Omas Fountain Pens, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. Today we're going to address some of that. We're going to talk about the history of Omas. We're going to talk about the resurrected Omas, but more specifically, this absolutely beautiful Omas Bologna in Ametista Profondo. A beautiful color, an amazing pen, and I'm delighted to walk through all the features with you. So no matter how you feel about Omas, this is an Italian-built pen that needs and deserves to be looked at as its own thing. So, does it live up to that legendary Omas reputation, or is it a modern pretender? We will find out today as I delve deep into the Omas Bologna Ametista Profondo. Join me. If we're going to discuss Omas fountain pens, there's no better place to start than back at the beginning. In 1925, Armando Simoni founded the Omas Pen Company. The Omas name is actually an acronym for Officina Meccanica Armando Simoni. This company was founded in Bologna, and Mr. Simoni, or Signore Simoni, created all the tool making equipment as well. So he really delved into the creation of his fountain pens. Now, as you know, the company went on for many years to become the pinnacle of Italian luxury. People loved their nibs. They loved the celluloid that the pens were made of, their balance, their design. They just had that Italian sense of sprezzatura and luxury. Absolutely amazing. This continued until around 2000 when the luxury conglomerate LVMH purchased the company and ran it as its only pen brand. The company then was owned by various Chinese corporations until ultimately in 2016 it entered voluntary liquidation and Omas as we knew it dissolved. Now, various entities picked up the name, the materials. Some of the former employees with the nib making machines went on to form Scribo pens. Ultimately, the parent company of Navalar purchased the name, and they partnered with Manu Caltagirone of the Pen family, and they formed and resuscitated the Omas name. Now, there is a lot of passion and opinions about who has a right to the name, and that sort of thing is sorted out by courts and not really under the purview of this channel. Personally, if there were 50 different companies making luxury, beautiful Italian pens, I would be delighted and I wouldn't mind what their name was. Nevertheless, I think it's valid to measure this particular pen against the history and the legacy of Omas. Now, I know Frank Zhang from the various interviews, and he is a passionate fountain pen person. He has his own collection, and he is definitely committed to producing the best possible pen that he can within the lineage of the Omas name. In this particular instance, this Bologna fountain pen is designed off of the 1930s version of the pen. That's very exciting for me. I love when those connections are there, and I love when there is a passionate fountain pen person in charge of a company producing outstanding fountain pens. So let's take a look at this pen and see if it lives up to the history and the heritage of Omas. Let's look at the features, let's look at the aesthetics, and most importantly, perhaps, let's see how this pen writes. Here we are in the library studio, and I'd like to take a moment to thank Frank Zhang for sending this pen along for me to try out. I really appreciate it, and thanks for your support of the channel. So let's take a look at this magnificent pen. So this pen does come in a gift box if you want to give it as a gift. It's very nice. Has a hang tag, which is always fun. Very nice indeed. And here is this extraordinary fountain pen. Wow. The Amatista Profondo resin is really pretty. So this is made of diamond cast resin, which seeks to emulate the celluloid materials from the 1930s. I can say that this has incredible depth and a bit of sparkle and shine here and there, which is really beautiful. When the edges catch the light just right, it's really remarkable. I mean, it is a stunningly beautiful pen. I can say that the weight is very, very light, but not so light that it feels insubstantial in your hand. And I think that's because it is a piston fill fountain pen. But you do have this gorgeous gold clip. I think that grabs your attention initially, and it has this beautiful roller at the end for gently sliding onto your pockets and anywhere else you might want to clip it if you decide to take it on the road with you. Another feature which is absolutely gorgeous is the 3-ring metal bands on the cap in beautiful gold. Now, I would prefer if they went all the way down to the lip. You guys know that that's one of my issues with fountain pens. I really like to see the edges protected with metal, with gold, with whatever. But nevertheless, this is beautifully rendered. We can see the beautiful porticos of Bologna along this clip. And it says Omas as well. Very, very nice indeed. So I had to break out the loop because I could feel something on the cap, and this is laser engraved with Omas Italy as well, which is a nice touch. So we have a very nice gently sloping pen here with a beautiful piston knob with this really nice pommel here, which I quite like. And it's mirrored on the other end as well, which is very, very nice. And of course the nibs, which are made in-house, and they seek to recreate the classic Omas nibs. It's 14 karat gold. It has the arrow design. It's very beautiful. But one of the things I really love is that it has an ebonite feed. And it's in that flat style like an old vintage pen, which I quite like. So it's not so delicate that you're going to break off the fins for whatever harm that may cause you. But absolutely gorgeous, shiny gold, 14 karat nib. Absolutely amazing. So everything I'm seeing is making me very, very happy. But of course we won't know until we get some ink into this and start writing. I can say it is gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful, beautiful nib. I'm excited. It's time to pick an ink and go to town. So this is, of course, the Amatista Profondo color. So what better ink to use, I think, than J.Herbin's Bleu de Profondeur. So we have two very profound blues. I think this should work very nice. Plus, J.Herbin inks, very safe. Never worry about putting them in any of my pens. Beautiful. So this is a piston-filled pen. They've upgraded the mechanism from its historic lever-filled version. So a nice modern piston fill. So as we screw this down, it should fill up our pen. You can hear it greedily drinking up that profound blue, that dark blue ink. This is where our shop towels come in handy. There we have it. I still managed to get some ink on myself. For paper, I thought I'd use Clairefontaine Pupitre, which I often use in this channel. I quite like this paper. So this nib is an extra fine nib. It's extra fine It also comes in fine, medium, and broad. Wow. This is a true extra fine, but I will say it is very smooth. Very smooth. Wow. Now, I don't know if you know this, but I generally don't like extra fine nibs. I prefer medium nibs, but this one feels really nice. I am starting to like extra fine nibs. Wow. Makes a good noise too. Omas Bologna. Amatista. Hopefully I'm spelling that correctly. Fondo. Should probably check the spelling of that. I do speak Italian, but not fluently. I am really impressed with how well this pen works. Just how smooth. Ooh, it's a good signing pen too. You know, sometimes extra fines aren't that great for signing your name. This one, though, it definitely goes with you. It's fast. I like it. Wow. A very fast, very slick pen. Let's see how it is for drawing real quick, shall we? Because usually when you kind of quickly sketch with something, it'll pick up any of the issues that it might have. If it skips a little or it has a slow start or some such, it'll come out when you sketch, because when you sketch, you're kind of challenging your nib. You're hitting it from a bunch of different angles and just sort of putting it through, I'd say, its paces all at once, like every angle, before you've even had a chance to go through the entire alphabet or what have you. So yeah, you can see that this is clearly a free-flowing pen with a generous ink flow that makes a extra fine just feel as smooth as a medium. A lot of fun. It's really free-flowing and precise and feels very reliable and smooth and lush. And that's what I like from a fountain pen. I want to feel like it's going to be there when I need it. That it's going to support whatever idea that I am trying to get down on paper at the speed of light sometimes. Sometimes I'm trying to get the words out so quickly and trying to get them on paper so that I don't forget them, some kind of concept that I'm working on or something that I'm thinking about deeply from my past. It's very important to me that my pen supports the speed of my thought. This is pretty extraordinary. This is a very amazing extra fine, very lush, very free flowing. Just absolutely amazing. No hesitation, no skip, just a joy to write with. I should check to see if it may be posted, although I would prefer not to. It certainly can be, so posters rejoice. You may post. I actually put that on very gently because I am not a poster anymore. I am a reformed ex-poster, and I enjoy it just like this. I have fairly large hands, yet it fits me fine. It suits me very well. I have a little ridge here at the end of the grip to arrest my finger lest it slide onto the nib and get even more inky than it already is. Very solid overall. The fit and finish, the cap fits on very nicely. It feels like a luxurious pen. Now, this is when we get into the thorny issue of value. So this fountain pen retails at $480 US. Personally, to me, if you get a pen that is made completely in-house by artisans in a country like Italy or Germany or some such, I expect to pay a certain price, certainly for 14 karat gold nibs. because a 14 karat gold nib on its own can be 150, 200 plus, and especially an in-house nib like this, an ebony feed, nice material, fantastic craftsmanship in Italy, in Bologna. $480. I wish every pen were $50. I mean, we could just buy every pen. So I don't think that price is unfair, but I just walk you through how I think of these things, how I rationalize these things. I could certainly rationalize this purchase, and I could not. It's how it is. A pen is worth it if I want it, if it makes me feel passionate about it, if it inspires me to write, if it has a connection to heritage, to history. This pen is extraordinary. It is a beautiful, free-flowing, extra fine. It's a joy to write with. It has Italian connections. I love that. I'm going to Italy in a few months. Will I bring my Omas Bologna? Quite possibly. I love the connection with Italy. I love that we're supporting an artisanal brand that is still making these pens there, even if the ownership has changed, even if the name has gone through different owners. This is our Omas. This is our Omas for this generation. I certainly feel that it's in very good hands with Frank Zhang. This is a brilliant pen. I have an Ogiva, which is also excellent. So I feel very confident that Omas is going to be producing fantastic pens for years to come, and I, for one, am satisfied. Wow, we covered a lot of ground today. So what do you think of the Omas Bologna in Amatista Profondo? Is this a fountain pen that you'd be interested? What do you think of the history and heritage of Omas? Do you feel the modern iteration lives up to it? I think today proves that it does. I think this is a pretty extraordinary pen myself. I've made my case though, and I'd love to hear yours. So let me know in the comments. And if you could do me an even bigger favor, would you please share this video with someone who you think would enjoy this kind of video? I'd appreciate that. I'd love to meet some more people and invite them onto this journey with us. So if you've watched to this point, please subscribe. I'd love to have you along. And if you want to support the channel even more, membership is available. Join the Pen Pal group for cognoscenti and Illuminati writers. See some blooper reels. I know I made some today. And just have some more fun behind the scenes. I'd appreciate that. So I make new videos all the time, and I have a live show Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. So I can promise you we will see each other again very, very soon, further up the road. So take care of yourself.